You're fighting Conor McGregor taking on Max Holloway. How do you feel about that fight? Especially with Conor McGregor coming back, right? He's coming back into fighting. Once again, I feel he said that he needs it. He loves it, the sport of competition, right? What's your thoughts on that fight where he's fighting Max Holloway? Max has been in the paint. He's been grinding. He's been fighting his ass off. Give me your thoughts, Patty.
I've said Conor. I think Conor's
Really?
going to win. And it's because it's at welterweight. If it was at a lightweight, I would have picked Max. But Max got made to look small by Charles at lightweight. So imagine how much bigger Conor's going to be than him at welterweight. And getting it by a welterweight is much different than getting it by a lightweight.
Stuff he's saying is about what he's going to do in the cage. He says he's going to sun you. He says he's going to go right through you. He's not looking past you. He's looking through you.
He got to say what he got to say, right? Whatever gets him to the octagon Saturday night, he can keep telling him that. You keep telling yourself that. Just please show up come Saturday night, and that's it, Conor got the gift of gab. He loved talking. Maybe he's talking to get himself ready, and I support it 100%. Max Holloway, support this message. Keep talking what you gotta talk, and I'm glad. I can't wait to see you come Saturday night here in Las Vegas. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see. A lot of people keep counting Conor out, which is insane to me. You know what I mean? I mean, look, like they was counting Conor out because of the 5 years, and they're like, oh yeah, but the 5 years he got to rest. In my mind, and people is like, no, but like you see him partying, you see him doing all this, like bro. People are not following around him 24/7, with a camera. So you really don't know what he's doing. Just because they're putting out the bad stuff of him, we don't know about the good stuff, And I know this just because every time in camp when I'm playing video games for like 2 hours out of the day, everybody's like, you gotta be training after all my training. So at the end of the day, I'm getting ready for a dangerous Conor McGregor. I think it's gonna be a healthy Conor McGregor. I think it's gonna be the best version we ever saw. And that's the things that excite me. That excite me. The best Conor McGregor I get to see come July 11th. And when I go out there and do the things that I know I can and will do to him, it's gonna be a great night.
Well, the thing is about Max Holloway is like Max Holloway isn't that much younger than Conor.
He's not.
But the thing is, Max has been in constant high-level competition the entire time. Won the BMF fight, beat Dustin, like constant high-level competition.
That's right.
It's a different thing.
And I honestly believe him at 155 is the best thing for him.
Absolutely.
But he's not 155 in this fight.
This is 170.
But
yeah.
Honestly, he
might
be better.
Max is a durable fighter with great skill. Not on my level, however. I am a level above. In fact, multiple levels above.
How so?
Skill-wise, mental-wise, physical-wise. We're at 170 pounds. There's a few facets into this. Max has been a busy body in the game. In fact, he's the most time spent inside the octagon, 8.5 hours, which is a staggering amount of time. For me, I kind of look at that saying, it means you can't finish people, So, however, he's never fought at 170 pounds. This is a 170-pound bout.
And you believe that your level's above him, but what's something that you're watching out for? What is one of Max's strengths?
If you're asking me what I have above him, speed, power, IQ, fitness, health, freshness.
Conor, that's damn near everything.
What is your guys' pick for that, realistically, Holloway, McGregor?
Oh, dude,
And don't pick with emotion. I'm talking MMA math.
Dude, 170 pounds. You haven't fought in half a decade. If the fight was 3 rounds, I would think, God, Conor's got a good chance. I mean, he may still have a good chance, but you're half a decade sitting out, and then you're going in there, Max Holloway, who's an expert at fighting 5 rounds. And he's 170 pounds. You're not going to knock him out easy.
Yeah. I'm watching you hit pads, right? I remember after you fought Donald Cerrone, Dana White came in the back room and said, I'm never questioning you at welterweight again. I'd argue you're more of a real welterweight now than you even were then. You look to have really filled out. You are hitting harder than I've ever seen you hit. Are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel absolutely amazing. Exceptional. No corners cut. No flash or... We've been quiet this camp. We've been at work. So that's confidence. There's a lack of confidence if you need to share things or get this ego boost. We don't need it. We're gonna do it on the night. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for my team and for my country.
What do you think Max doesn't understand about fighting at 170? What is he not realizing until he gets in there and actually tries it?
Listen, there's a different thud when you fight against him. I fought against Max many years ago. I look forward to my improvements on him.
You said multiple times during your media tour in New York that rematch is like an honourable thing to grant. When they came to you with Max's name, I know there was others, but when Max came to you, were you like, yeah, no, I want to prove that rematches should be given if they're earned?
I love a rematch. I love who doesn't love the story builds, the tension builds, the fans get excited, they've got comparisons, they've got, it's great for business. I'm all for a good rematch. And yeah, there you go. Max's name was put forward. As well.
I remember when I first started watching you, before I was even working with you in MMA, there was a time you did a media scrum and you were rattling off stats and reaches and things like that. And then I heard you in New York talking about minutes that Max has been in there and how long he's been in there. And I realized, it's still there, like the passion and the attention that you
Danger will be everywhere inside the octagon from Max. So we are well aware of him in this gym, in this camp. That's it.
Do you think he's improved since that fight?
I don't care.
Okay, fair enough. You have, of course, people usually say when you're away, maybe the attention disappears, but you've actually already set records again. I think it's going to be the highest gate. I don't know if you saw, you are already the highest valued trading card in MMA. You beat Ilia Toporia's record. I don't know if you knew that. But you have basically come back, and is it fun, at least, or do you still feel anything when you see these metrics and realize, still the bread?
It's a lot of fun. It's more fun. It's for the fun more than for anything else. Yeah. So all of these little sweet cherries on top are beautiful and more fuel to the fire.
The sport has changed beyond recognition in the more than 10 years since their last bout, but Conor McGregor and Max Holloway's past is still unchangeable. Just as Holloway cements his place as an Iron Man in the division, McGregor arrives like a ghost from the past, and he comes with ominous warnings. Is a high-stakes confrontation developing behind the scenes? Or is McGregor's traditional psychological warfare intended to undermine Holloway?
It's gone. Joe, it's great to be back. It's refreshing to be back. The body is invigorated. The mind is sharp and fresh and ready to go. I'm ready to enter this brutal business as a ruthless fighter once again. And I'm very, very excited and happy.
The violence of the fight game is something McGregor enjoys. He realizes a fundamental fact that everything he wants is on the opposite side of discomfort. The Irishman is recovering from an injury that destroys an ordinary man, spurred by a desire to achieve something that has never been done before in combat sports. A man who has experienced hell and back and embraces the cage is issuing a warning. Additionally, McGregor's hunger is destroying Holloway psychologically with his remarks. He views the legend like a misbehaving child who needs to be disciplined. McGregor isn't merely predicting victory. He is treating Holloway's striking as if it were amateur hour, acting as though he is totally invincible. McGregor is attempting to manipulate Max by boasting that he will escape the cage unharmed. Before either guy even puts on gloves, he wants to transform what ought to be a competitive fistfight into a psychological mind game.
I've done it and I've experienced it. I've experienced the difference in camp, the difference in carrying the weight, the difference in the opponent being able to absorb the damage. And I'm excited to welcome young Max again into this division.
Furthermore, McGregor feels Holloway is totally unaware of a statistical advantage that supports his mental warfare. He has direct experience with the draining effects of carrying excess weight throughout a training camp. More significantly, he is aware of how an opponent who is naturally larger can easily absorb and walk through shots that would send featherweights to sleep. Like an apex predator, McGregor is waiting at the shore, patronizingly inviting little Max to return to his realm.
It is what it is. I've been out for a few years. Let the people say what they wish, whether it is good or bad. I don't pay attention to it. I don't let it enter me. I stay centered and grounded, and that's where I'm at. I'm back. I know I was going to come back. I learned a lesson in that lapse in concentration in the camp in preparation that I have since adjusted. And, that's why I think I'm only warming up here in this game. I really, really believe I'm on.
In addition to his physical weight gain, McGregor is putting a lot of concentration into this bout. The public's criticism against him is entirely ignored by him. While everyone else is talking, he stays completely focused and grounded. He is warning Holloway that the version stepping into the cage won't be the fragile victim the naysayers are anticipating, but a dangerous dialed-in predator who has finally mended his armor.
Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. Who are you picking this early out?
I'm going to pick Max. I think I'm going to stick to that. However, there's a small part of me, obviously, that would love to see the world where Conor wins, but it's even tough to say that too because I have nothing but love for Max Holloway, so I wouldn't mind seeing him.
58-26, 58-49. Paul Felder and Michael Bisping, two of the most seasoned veterans, are starting to take sides. They support Holloway without hesitation, even admitting that they wouldn't mind if Max beat McGregor to death in the cage. It is precisely the kind of disrespect that fuels McGregor's rage, but it also highlights the horrifying truth of the message he is attempting to convey. The entire fight community is dismissing McGregor as the underdog against a fiery Holloway due to his years of inactivity. However, by ignoring the Irishman, the commentators are unintentionally falling into his trap.
You've had some brilliant highs, celebrated by many, had some very public lows, headlines that might even make you cringe a little bit, and even your fans. What have you learned through the lows about yourself?
You know, fame has its pitfalls. You better move carefully in this world, for sure, probably even more so now. I've taken a lot of lessons in my life, and, you know, it's just about self-discovery, studying yourself, learning triggers. You know, I find myself even now still in a fight with an old version of me or old ways that don't serve me, and, you know, new ways and a new version of me, the new me. So I still find myself in this balance. Right now,
that's both as a fighter and a man.
As a fighter, and more a man, more as a human.
McGregor is battling the ghost of his own history in addition to Holloway. McGregor depicted a man fighting a violent, wordless battle of self-discovery rather than dismissing his uncomfortable low points. Acknowledging that the everyday conflict between his new personality and his detrimental old habits is currently his biggest struggle. He has awakened a disciplined, matured human being by mastering the old McGregor. This means that the opponent Holloway is agreeing to take on is a thoroughly transformed fighter who has already overcome his obstacles, rather than merely a former champion seeking a comeback.
Who wins, Conor McGregor or Max Holloway at UFC 329, July 11th?
Holloway.
Really?
It's going to be dangerous for Max early, though. Listen, me and Conor aren't exactly friendly. But what I'm saying is, so I'm not saying this from a perspective of we're friends and we're buddies. He was the 2 weight division champion. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he made all this money and all the rest of it. But the man's the most powerful tool.
Yeah.
And the guy that was there, all right, granted, it was a long time ago, 2016. But if the motivation's strong enough, he can come back and look really good. And yeah, he was flipping out at Max the other day in that interview.
Did you see that
But
interview?
he was playing the game. He was promoting the fight, hyping it up big time, and he looks good, you know, like he looks like he's training and taking the camp seriously. And if he is doing that, I'm telling you.
But I think
Max is awesome on the feet, but Conor's got the power.
Bisping is compelled to hold the candle up to McGregor in light of this. McGregor's return may be disastrous if his motivation is pure, and he should not be undervalued. Bisping views McGregor's recent viral rant against Holloway as a deliberate promotion rather than dismissing it. An indication that the infamous individual is extremely concentrated, dialing into a hard training camp, and has deadly power that makes him particularly dangerous in the early rounds.
It's the first time that Max is going up to 170. Max is not a true welterweight, but Conor is. He's done this before. And I don't want to kill a headline, but you're chasing your tail. What are you talking about? 155 to 170. 145 to 155, 135 from 125. It's the same thing. If you're 155 pounds and you're fighting a guy that's 170 pounds, you weigh the same thing. That's it.
However, not everyone agrees with McGregor's story of physical superiority. The notion that McGregor has a welterweight advantage just because he has previously competed at 170 pounds is rejected by Chael Sonnen. Sonnen contends that the welterweight danger is a myth, while Conor attempts to use the intimidation of a higher weight class as a weapon. It compels Holloway to look past the psychological smoke and mirrors, implying that the actual physical distance between them in the cage may not exist despite McGregor's loud warnings about the division's simple physics. McGregor has made the deliberate choice to completely transform himself into a real welterweight with a big, densely packed frame. McGregor is actually having to reduce weight down to the 170 pounds limit for the first fight in his career. It alludes to McGregor's historic aspiration to win an unprecedented third UFC World Championship. The story of Conor's warning is entirely changed by this viewpoint. He's not simply putting a big ego in the cage. His totally dedicated, weaponized welterweight body is intended to unleash a level of power that Holloway has never had to deal with. For McGregor, Ray Longo is peering beneath the surface to a much darker obstacle. Even though McGregor will most likely have the raw power edge early on, and the human body is tough, looking good in training vids is only the beginning. Longo cautions that 5 years of heavy living and debauchery lay beneath that polished exterior. An athlete's difficult existence that eventually catches up to them when high-level competitiveness and aging collide. McGregor is up against more than simply a difficult technical obstacle when up against a cardiac machine like Holloway, who uses speed and countless combinations as weapons. He is battling a ticking clock. Kenny Florian, on the other hand, thinks McGregor has the tactical advantage. Although a long layoff typically indicates that a fighter is passed over by the sport, McGregor's maturity and candid self-evaluation are giving him the all-clear. Florian contends that at 170 pounds, this collision is occurring at the ideal moment and on the ideal playground. McGregor has a modest physical advantage over Holloway in the welterweight class due to his natural size. The most alarming aspect of McGregor's warning, that the critics believe they are preparing Holloway to defeat a relic, but they may instead be giving a physically superior McGregor the ideal setup for an ambush, is confirmed by Florian's prognosis. Dustin Poirier's decision, which clearly chose Holloway to win, served as a reality check for McGregor's lofty goals. There is no doubt that a peak vintage McGregor has the means to beat Max. The Irishman might have lost his timing, movement, and athleticism forever due to a devastating leg break. The man who broke McGregor expects Holloway to demonstrate that the infamous period is officially over, while McGregor is preoccupied with attempting to persuade the world that he is a re-engineered monster. When the cage door closes, all of the cautions, forecasts, and speculations around McGregor's return will be meaningless. He has been attempting to get under Max's skin for weeks by alerting him to the impending arrival of a fully improved version of the infamous one. The stakes are really high, though, despite all that confidence. If McGregor is correct, the most incredible comeback in sports history will occur on July 11th. However, McGregor's major threats might be the tragic end of his illustrious career if Holloway simply walks through those mind tricks. In any case, the conversation ends and mayhem starts as soon as they enter the cage. For more thrilling material, please subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments section.